Feo, I'm meeting for the first time today. Obviously, this woman has a lot going on here and here, which are the best places to have a lot going on.
Der Lola in Bronze geht an Feo Aladag und Aladag.
Danke euch allen so sehr! Danke!
Kavgası gürültüsü ev var ya. Hemen iki tepiştiğini bırakıp geldin mi kızım? Nasıl bakacağız elin yüzüne? Ne olacak şimdi?
Senin gibi mi olmamı istiyorsun?
She's a great talent, so I'm very honored, really honored that she has chosen to come to Tel Aviv.
Sie ist eine ganz starke Frau, glaube ich, und ich freue mich wahnsinnig auf die Begegnung. Also ich glaube, dass sie eine ganz große Lebenslust hat, so stelle ich sie mir jedenfalls vor, auch privat, und eine Kraft. Sie hat das ja auch irgendwann mal in einem Interview formuliert, dass sie die Fackel des Friedens weitertragen möchte und dass sie alles dafür einsetzt, beruflich wie privat.
I was very taken by everything that I read about her. And then last night I also saw one of her films. Oh my God, that was like a dagger in the heart, really.
Verdammt, das ist die Schwester unseres Übersetzers. Die verblutet uns hier gerade unter unseren Händen.
Jesper, du bist verantwortlich für deine Leute. Du trägst die Verantwortung, dass sie alle hier heil nach Hause kommen.
Tarek, komm, runter!
با صبر حوصله میتونیم در هر جنگ کامیاب باشیم.
Ich glaube, was mich schon interessiert, ist der Brückenschlag. Ist das, was verbindet uns über alle Unterschiede, über alle Widersprüche, über alle Divergenzen, über alle Gegeninteressen? Was ist das, was uns Menschen miteinander verbindet?
Look at us. We look like an Oreo, Oreo cookie.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, Feo.
It's lovely meeting you.
Thanks for coming to Israel.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Let's try to find
this is a place where you often go?
Yeah, I love this place.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go. Okay, we'll go this way. It's a real flea market, so it's got lots of junk.
Right.
And lots of great junk that you can buy.
You know,
like old furniture. So if you know, every time I moved from one apartment to another, this
you
is
went
where,
here.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is where you got your stuff.
Obviously, I never had any money to buy real furniture,
so you got it here.
All the crap here, and or like that place. That's
it's
really
beautiful.
We can go peek at that.
Yeah,
place.
let's go in there
and see what they've got. I know this guy is so nice. Oh yes, look. And look at this. This is the flower of love. This is a man and a woman put this next to their bed. If the woman wants to have sex,
she opens the flower.
Yes, a little, right? That means green light.
Maybe. Give it a try.
And if he wants to, he opens it up and puts a candle inside.
That's nice. See that?
I want to buy this for you. Come and Zole. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
Remember me whenever you want to.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Keep it open a lot.
Yeah.
Sex is good. Sex is good.
Sex is very important. Thank you.
My cafe. Meat. Do you want some juice?
Yeah, I love
to.
Let's
wow. Look how cool this is. Look how cool it is. I love it.
This is really great.
Yeah, this is great.
Great place. Do you still buy stuff here? Yeah.
Huh?
You buy stuff here still?
Not anymore.
Are you fully furnished by now?
What?
Are you fully furnished by now?
Yeah, no, I have a real house with real furniture, so it's
Like, why? You moved outside, right?
תעשה לי טובה, על סמך מה אתה אומר... על סמך מה אתה אומר שאני שונאת ישראל? אתה רוצה לדבר איתי או אתה רוצה לצעוק עליי?
לכי לוותיקן, תתביישי לך.
אתה רוצה לצעוק עליי?
ככה מתנהגים.
אתה רוצה לצעוק עליי או לדבר איתי?
ככה מדברת זמרת. ככה מתנהגת זמרת למדינה.
אבל אולי אתה...
מישהי שנולדה פה וחיה פה לא יכולה לדבר נגד המדינה ולשיר נגד המדינה. מי שהולך נגד המדינה, אנחנו לא רוצים להיות איתו.
חבר, אבל אני לא נגד... חבר, אבל מאיפה... על סמך מה אתה אומר את זה?
קוראים, הכל
אבל אין דבר כזה. בחיים אני לא הלכתי נגד המדינה. אני ציונית.
אני יכול להוריד בעיתונים.
אני רוצה לומר לך, אני ילדה שמגיל 3 לא גדלתי פה. ההורים שלי לקחו אותי לאמריקה, גדלתי באמריקה בישיבה, קיבלתי חינוך דתי מאוד, חזרתי לפה, עליתי לארץ לבד, בגיל 16 ההורים שלי נשארו באמריקה מאהבת המולדת והמדינה. שירתתי בצבא בניגוד להרבה מהאומנים אחרים.
אמת.
עכשיו, אוקיי, המשכנו הלאה. אני מאמינה בשלום בינינו לבין שכנינו.
גם אני.
אני מאמינה שלפלסטינים מגיע מדינה כמו שהגיעה לנו.
גם אני אומר.
בהכרח מסתיים העניין.
אני מאמין לך, את רואה, את עומדת ומדברת פה.
קודם כל רוצה ללחוץ את ידך.
את רואה את הדיבור?
בטח. אני מודה לך שהקשבת לי, כי זה מאוד היה חשוב לי להגיד לך.
אני אני מת על השיר שלך.
מכבדת. כי אתה רואה, אני מכבד כל אדם. אני מכבדת אתכם. אני לא מחסלת אתכם.
את הערבים, אותם את מכבדת.
אוי, אני... טוב.
לא, הסבירה את עצמה, הסבירה את עצמה. בואי קלה.
תודה.
תמשיכי במשימה.
תודה רבה. Oh my God. Okay, now you want a short explanation or a long one?
I think I kind of get the core points.
Okay, the thing is this, all right? I belong to the left side of the political map here in Israel. Support peace between us and the Palestinians. And I've always done that. Now, there are lots of people in Israel, extremists, who their whole goal is everyone like me to delegitimize them, to call for hatred. They use it to, oh wow, how pretty this is. I love this. To delegitimize, to hate in the talkbacks, in articles, in real, slander in worst form. Now, there was an incident about 2 months ago where I was offered a prize.
I know, I've read about it.
You read about that, right.
מי שמתלוננת היום היא אחינועם ניני שהודיעה שהיא מוותרת על 10,000 שקלים מסיבות אידיאולוגיות.
ועל שום מה?
ביום שני אחינועם ניני הייתה אמורה לקבל פרס בטקס אקו"ם על הפצת המוזיקה שלה בתפוצות, המוזיקה הישראלית. בין מקבלי הפרסים ביום שני יהיה אריאל זילבר שיקבל פרס על מפעל חיים. אריאל זילבר דעותיו הימניות הקיצוניות ידועות, אחינועם ניני פעילה למען הסכם שלום ידועה.
What was he saying me? You hate your country, you hate your people, why did you boycott this great singer? And you see what I mean? This is the way it was turned around by the right and by the media, where the opposite is true. I love my country, I love my people, I love...
all the media?
No, sorry, סליחה. It was a lot of media.
The guy who was offered the award at the same time.
You know, when he was young, he wrote a lot of really good songs. But 20 years ago, first of all, he became ultra-Orthodox. So, you know, for many people here, the Jewish say, oh, you hate him because he's religious. No.
That's not the
but
point.
that for them, but people are so superficial. Don't you know that, Phil? People are so superficial. They never really inspect, they never look into things, they never go deep into things. They don't. It's superficial, black or white, black or white. You are with us, you're against us. You love us, you hate us. And so for them, oh, an older religious man and this young left-wing singer, oh, she said bad things about him. She's our enemy. She's our enemy. She's arrogant. She loves Arabs. I said, okay, you know, how warped can that be?
See,
you
but
know,
that's
how warped it is. They look black and white, black and white. So, just like, by the way, yesterday I sat until 2 o'clock in the morning to watch your film and I can cry just thinking about it. It was so beautiful. It was amazing.
Thanks for watching
it made me crazy because I said, I also heard an interview with you. I already fell in love with you. But I didn't see any of your films. And then she sent me the link. Though I must say that the Vimeo ended 1 minute before the end of the film, so I don't know what happened.
No!
Jim!
Anne, באמת קיה.
After she picked up her child, and then I saw the brother coming. What happened? What happened?
He stabs the child.
He stabs the child. The child, I knew something terrible.
You have to watch the end.
Stabs the child.
Yeah, because it's the most precious thing that everybody could lose.
But
then
it's
she
the
screams
precious thing
and then
that
she
we all
carries
lose.
him away.
Because we all lose.
Well, it's the
people,
future.
When people go against their families.
It's when the
their hearts.
systems eat up their own future by trying to protect the future.
Yeah,
but this is the same thing, you know, this is not digging any deeper and just dividing by this is good, this is bad, this is black, and this is white, without really...
It's only good for clothes.
Yeah. That's true.
But not for anything else.
Let's get a coffee.
Yeah, that way, okay.
Okay.
Aywa.
Really appreciate her. One of the best singers. That's why I met.
She's great.
She's more than great.
See, there's the other side too.
Thank God. Whoever he is. So,
but doesn't it feel good after the other incident?
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
so there's
yeah,
both.
Very emotional. Yeah. So, this way, both. Yeah. So.
Wow.
יום ראשון בבוקר ואתה אומר לי כמה טוב להתעורר כאן לצידך שמש מלטפת בין התריסים ובלי סיבה מיוחדת בא לי לחייך.
Israel is in such a sensitive state of being right now.
I was wondering, like, how did it develop the last 10 years? Did you feel the same about
we're
those
going
issues
now
10
to a
years
place
ago?
which is the origin of it all, and that is the memorial of Yitzhak Rabin. If you ask me, that was the big turning point for Israel, because before that, we still had a moment of grace where many, many people in Israel believed that it was possible to make peace with the Palestinians. When there was that big demonstration where I was singing just a few minutes before he walked down and got shot. So that day, everyone lost.
But it would be possible. That's the point that drives you nuts, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, don't you see it in front of your eyes? Aren't we supposed to be the wisest people in the world? What is going on here? Aren't we the people of the book? You know, we really believe we are, and I think that in some ways we are. You know, the Jewish people are very special. They are. When you really think about it, think of how the Jews managed to survive so well. Oh, so they had these, they were clever. They managed to integrate. They also suffered greatly, and we all know that maybe if the Holocaust hadn't happened, then the impetus to create this place would not have been so great.
Absolutely.
But it happened, and this is the thing that's such a tragedy. And it happened, and it tainted this people forever. It really did. I mean, it made us unable to trust anyone. The paranoia is to the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to overcome trauma, you have to shift perspective in a way. You have to start moving. And you have to, look at things from a different angle. And I think it's just, if the trauma is so big, and righteously so, it's so big, it's hard to move.
It's hard.
For
I think
many people, but it's the only way.
The perspective splits into two. There's one side that says, we were victims and we will never be victims again.
Yeah.
We will never be victims
Which
again.
is an understandable thing.
And then the other side says, we were victims and we'll never let anybody else be victims again.
Yeah, exactly.
Understand?
But what would be a way...
What to do? This is the question I ask myself every day.
Because you do what you can.
Because I want to do. What to do that will actually... Because you know what? If I sat with every one of these persons, sat with them face to face, I believe I could convince them. The stage was up here.
Yeah.
Right? I walked down these stairs to my car, which was parked over there. And when I walked down the stairs, I noticed that there was a guy sitting over there. He looked a little bit like me. He's Yemenite. Just sitting there. Okay?
Yeah.
That was the murderer.
But it was full of
people. That was the murderer. No, it was not full of people. Because people were over there. There were some people milling, but most of the people wasn't afraid.
Was there no security here?
No.
No.
There was no major security here. Very little, few. Nobody looked worried. And Rabin also, he had this thing. He would only have two bodyguards. And he refused to wear any kind of bulletproof vest. As opposed to our present government, which had thousands of. But he had two. He was a very modest man.
Yeah.
And he walked, and that's it. He walked down these stairs. He got in, his car was waiting here, and the guy shot him before he walked into his car. Right here, in this spot, where they lit candles and they sang songs and they wrote on the walls of the, see what it says? This is very important.
What does it
Come,
say?
I'll show you.
Oh, here
At this place, Yitzhak Rabin was murdered in the struggle for peace. See, that's his historic handshake with the King of Jordan and Clinton.
Wow.
Yeah, what can I tell you? For me, it was a big, traumatic moment. Big. But here you see it, people. Shalom. They know you. People just do it. Hi. Rock and roll. Oops. Chicken. So how old are your kids?
8 months, and
8 months?
My daughter Noah will be 2 in 1 month. So
You have a daughter called Noah?
yeah, I have a daughter called Noah.
That's great. How old are you?
I'm 42.
Oh, so we're almost the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, so you started later than me.
Much later.
You had all those good 20 years of work.
Exactly. Of
Before-
traveling the world like crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
Because as you said, now those days you gotta pick and you gotta choose what's really worth the trip.
Of course, yeah.
What's really
Tell me about
do you
it.
take the kids or do you not take them?
Who's helping you?
My nanny.
Your nanny? Are you married?
I'm divorced.
You're divorced?
Yeah.
God. And,
So I'm
recently
doing it alone.
divorced?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Wow, okay, but you have a nanny and that's good.
Yeah, she's lovely. I grew up in Vienna.
In Vienna, wow.
And so I was born and raised there, and then I studied acting and psychology and communication on the other. So I had like 2 studies, and then I was doing more and more films, and there was no real film industry in Austria. So I remember my agent saying you have to come to Germany, and this is basically how I ended up in Germany.
When did you start thinking that films would be your way of life, or when did you develop that passion more accurately? Would be the question.
I remember I was really little when it was always storytelling. It was either writing. I started writing really early in school, or
כן, writer. אני חושבת כן, תעשה יוטרן כאן, כן?
שמאלה.
לא, תעשה יוטרן ותיסע כאן ישר עד הים. זה פרישמן, נכון?
I got a word. It was U-turn.
U-turn. We have a lot
Hey,
of
one
those
down.
English words in the middle. It's
I
funny,
understood
we have
one.
English words and Arabic words all mixed in.
Yeah.
Yalla,
And
yalla
a
bye.
lot of
Everyone says yalla bye.
Austrian German words like
Schlafstunde.
yeah, and like I don't know, like yesterday there was something the landlady said. She said what was it?
Well, schnitzel.
That's something I'm actually able to cook, which is a good Wiener Schnitzel.
You can't cook either?
Not so good. There's just other stuff I'm better at.
Me too.
But I do it with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a total pro
I
at
can make
it.
a pretty good breakfast. This is Liz's house. You see that house with the blue shutters?
Yeah.
That's where we're going.
Oh, that's hers?
Yeah, it's so
Wow.
cool. It's the coolest of the cool. And Gil,
What a
my guitar.
great-
this
wow.
is amazing. It's a great location. ימינה, מה אתה עושה? שמאלה? סליחה, לא יודעת, מה אמרו לך?
לא, ווייז מוביל אותי.
Wow, that's so amazing. So nice.
Shalom.
What a place.
Wow.
We sit right here, right? We sit here. We have our little stage here.
So you're gonna make some music now?
Yeah.
I can't sing, right?
You're gonna be an audience. You're gonna be an audience.
I'm gonna be the audience.
Listen to this.
Good?
No, I just...
No, that's right.
Do you know what he's gonna play? Do you know what?
I know that song.
Okay.
I wrote it.
No, but do you know what you want to play now, or are you improvising this?
No, we don't.
You know, okay, that's good.
What do you want to hear?
It'll come to us.
Something that's really very dear to both of you. I mean, there's some pieces that are closer to you than others, I suppose.
Hardly.
Hardly?
Hardly.
You feel
You
the
know
same
what?
about all?
I know. Let's sing the song Shalom. יישאוני החק רגליי לרציף שבקצה הנוף ושקיעת הרגש עיניי כמו גלים הבוחים לחוף כמו הלב השואל מתי Shalom.
So great!
My pleasure.
Thanks so much.
My pleasure. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
For listening. We try to get almost every song to this kind of a minimal version that it's work and it's effective in its total crudest form.
It works, yeah.
And then and then we can go on in the production and make it as symphonic as we want. But it's the essence is in the it's not dependent on other stuff. Most of the work is talking, discussing things.
Tons
There's the
of
moments
blah.
where you have to just boom, tie all the ends together and make something happen. That's the easiest part because when everything is simmered in our brain, then boom, it comes out.
Do you have someone you ping pong with, or are you like a lone wolf?
No, it depends. It's just in filmmaking, you do it with different people in different stages. Like there's the script work, of course.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the original idea,
where do the ideas for your films come from? Do they come from you?
Yeah.
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 And then the script.
Like the original spark, I think that's probably gonna. There's I can't make any predictions for the future, but from the films I did so far, they had something mandatory within myself, something I wanted to communicate, or a question I wanted to raise, or whatever it was. And it just needed to come out in whatever form.
Yeah.
Filmmaking just happened to be the form, since I like the ability to sing. But then you have different phases in filmmaking. So you have somebody you can ping pong with while you're script writing. You have somebody obviously to ping pong with when you're actually making a film, which is a lot of people, because filmmaking is really a team effort. So you have one vision, but you combine and you take in everybody's input and creative force and power. He says the first go, and I don't go. So he gives one more, two more sentences like he did, and then the second part.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Tarek, huh? Where the hell you have been? The guy talking to me, I understand nothing!
I'm sorry, Captain.
Go to him, tell him! We want to make a break and continue later, now! Damn it!
It doesn't work if people pull on different sides of the string, obviously. But if what you want to achieve creatively kind of goes into the same direction, it's a bit like acting. You've got to, you know, make it about the other guy. Don't make it about you. You have to take it off. You have to play it off the other person, and vice versa. Right. Because that really means to be open in a process. And I think that's all that's important, at least to me, to be in this creative process, because I think once the product is finished and you go on promotion and you do all the other stuff, it's talking about it, but it's not making that anymore. It's fun as well. You can be fun, of course, you know, but it's not why we're doing what we're doing.
You're waiting for the next
because this is where you get the energy back.
For us, we're lucky because we get to do that again on stage. You see what I mean? It's like beyond the promote, because you've made it and then you promote it and talk about it, but we then get to do it again and again. And then the trick is to do it when you're doing it on stage, to do it like you're doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And to view it and to be excited.
And that's a great thing about music, because you can live it and live it and live it and live it.
Exactly. You've got to keep it alive.
There's a feeling that every band has that, if they're a good band, that we have the thing. We have a thing.
You have a thing going on.
A thing going on that when you go on stage and you switch on that thing, things happen. Of course, the materials of the thing, of course, have to be your essence, your music, your everything. But it's an additional dimension. And I'm sure when Mick Jagger goes on stage and they got that thing, then boom, you know, it's like, whoa.
It's really
exciting.
And
we had an interesting talk about it with Sting, when we were
touring with him.
And what you asked him about doing it over and over?
Yeah, I told him, you know, you've been doing so many years. I mean, what drives you actually? What? And he said, well, you know, this is what I do. This is my essence.
This is what I do.
This is what I do. He says, I don't know how to do anything else.
It's a doing thing.
It's a doing thing that you get up in the morning. And I think that's, you know, Gil.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And
what do you want to get up in the morning and do?
Is in I think art comes from
doing.
Fare, do.
You know, I'm going to change my clothes.
Bye.
All night long, rumble, tumble, deep down under my skin. All night long, burning, turning, growing to be my other will. All night long.
How did you feel when the children were born? Because I found that to be a big issue.
Unbelievably good.
But I found that to be a big issue with the, you know, for me, before my children were born, I had one thing on my mind, and that was music, period.
I was giving birth to Noah when I was writing a script for the Afghanistan film. And I was giving birth basically in the editing room with Mika. And I was pregnant being in Afghanistan, and she was with me, and she was also on the research trips with me. So
where did you live with her?
In Afghanistan, outside in a house.
Did you have decent conditions for her?
Yeah. It's like people think it's all war and IED and black bearded men. Of course, as you know and figure, it's not true. I mean, it's people living different from how we live, obviously, because they're very, very poor, very, very poor. But it's absolutely possible to live there if you know how to move and where to live and so on. So that all worked out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have brought a film team or my child, of course. But what I figured, I got better in picking my battles.
Yes.
So once she was there, I kind of knew this battle is worth fighting for what I want to do, and this battle is not worth fighting it because this is the big goal I have. So I just dropped it, you know, forget about the small, just focus on what it's really about, because then I could balance it easier. And I think I learned to put things in an other perspective. I'm not saying it's a better perspective, because that would be very judging on people who are not mothering or fathering children. So that wouldn't be the right thing to say. But for myself, I can say I put them in a more healthy perspective. But it doesn't make me a softer fighter for what I'm in. Because I believe this is probably what my children also, you know, I hope I can teach them is live your passion and live it passionately and live it full of commitment and do whatever it is you love. And still, of course, every hour that you work, and I think that's just something every working mom, probably every working father in a way, but it's different for moms. You always split. I mean, even tonight I had like moments where I thought, oh, you know, I was thinking of sleeping Mika and Noah, or waking Mika and Noah, whatever. But you always miss them.
Isn't it? I knew
What
you
a
would love it.
great location.
I knew you would love it.
Wow.
It's so nice to be here. You know, I just celebrate, you know what a bar mitzvah is?
Yeah.
I celebrated my son's bar mitzvah in this restaurant, and every time we have guests, we always bring them here because it's our favorite place, and it's, as I say, it's
really
owned
beautiful.
partially in part by Gil's son, who is gorgeous, and he's a fighter pilot, and he is an absolute sweetheart.
He's a fighter pilot?
Yeah, that's what he did in the army, F-16 fighter pilot, which in Israel is considered, you know, there's God and the fighter pilot, or number two.
That's the normal
right
people.
after. And then it's the plebeians. So the fighter pilots are really like, you know. And also, you know, the grueling training that they have to undergo, psychological and physical and intellectual. I mean, they really pick the finest of the finest ones. And those guys always have, you know, great opportunities when they go out into the real world. Because they're already so well prepared. They've dealt with the hardest. Now look at this place. Oh my God, this is the place where you want to go. Look how cool it is. The whole bar is under this huge tree. And you have this place where you can sit. And this is really Tel Aviv. You know, oh my God.
You probably know everybody, right?
These are the biggest cuties in the world. Shalom. Hi. Zot Feo. Feo, this is Roy, this is Gil's son, you can see.
Lovely meeting you. We've just been talking about you.
Thank you, yeah. היא מתה מרעב, מתה, גולבת. First food, very quickly, because you're starving.
Yeah,
and then we'll talk. Food, alcohol, יופי. תודה. תודה.
Thank you.
Oh my God, aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? Come on, they're so cute. Oh my God. Yalla, bring on the food. סליחה.
And then
the shrimp.
wow.
אפשר תביא עוד אחד כזה. כבר. I asked for another one immediately. Okay, we're going to split everything. Oh my God, we're so hungry, right?
I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little and you're going to have the rest.
No.
No, really.
No.
I already had one.
That is so good.
Okay, cheers, my dear.
Cheers, my dear. It's so lovely meeting you.
It's great.
Cheers. Thank you so much for all the great locations.
Thank you for taking me out. No, I would never be out if it weren't for you. If it weren't for you, I'd be home now on the computer or dead tired asleep like this.
Is there anything about America that you remember from your, you know, childhood and your adulthood that you miss?
I miss a lot of things about American mentality. I miss how polite Americans are. I really miss that here because people here are rude.
Are they?
Oh yeah. They're rude, but you know, the rudeness also comes with a lot of familiarity.
Right.
I mean, it's the flip side of the same coin. Like the way people talk to each other here, that they're so open and outwards and they start conversations.
You only afford rudeness if you can afford it. You know what I mean? So it's also a sign of...
But sometimes it's really oppressive.
Yeah.
How old is Noah now?
She'll be 2 on June 24.
But wait till she starts asking you questions.
Yeah.
Never give them
fake
kid answers.
No.
Even if, like about sex, oh my God, we've had every conversation about sex already.
When did they start asking questions?
That happens pretty early on.
Like
8.
8, yeah.
With Ayeli, I initiated the talk because I walked into his room once and I saw him watching porno.
I said,
oh,
great.
Can I
join in?
Nothing, that wasn't nothing. You were watching pornography, which is great. I'd rather you watch people fucking than people killing each other.
That's true.
So let's talk about that. And then we had a really good
you know the saying, if you put 2 people in a room and you lock them up, eventually, if you think hardline, there's only 2 ways you can walk down.
Yeah.
They're either gonna fuck or they're gonna kill each other. And it's true if you think it's true. So it's either people unite or they kill each other. That's the whole principle.
Yeah. You leave them there long enough.
So fucking is better than killing.
Fucking is better than killing. Oh, definitely. I think it's great. And I told my kid, look, fucking is great when it comes with love.
It's best.
I bought him beautiful books of nude photography. You know, and I showed him beautiful images of the female body. So these are yours, and look at them. You can masturbate with them.
And he thought
masturbating is great. Good. Oh yeah, I told him masturbating is great.
Was he embarrassed that you were talking to him like this?
For a moment, but I told him, yeah, he knows he's used to me already.
Yeah.
Because I established really early on that we talk about everything, and there's no taboos.
Good.
Any subject. You know, my daughter asked me, do you and Dad have sex? I said, yeah, sure. Are you kidding me? We love having sex. Sex is great. She said, where do you have it? I said, we have it everywhere. When you guys are, when you go to Grandma's house, that's what we do.
What do you mean?
And she was like, in the kitchen. And she's like, yeah. I said, yeah, sex is great. It was a great conversation.
Did she like that?
She was like, Ima's mom. Ima. I said, yeah, but...
She looks at the kitchen table and she goes like...
The kitchen table? She always asked me, did you have sex here? I said, yeah.
Yeah, and here, and here, and here. I'd love to meet your kids one day.
Oh, yeah, they're so cool. They're so cool. If we make a movie together, you'll meet my kids?
Yes, exactly.
אתה יודע? מישהו אמר לך לאן הולכים?
אנחנו צריכים ללכת
לאן?
לתחנה המרכזית ישנה.
הישנה?
כן.
יש לך כתובת? עם מלא. How do you think you arrived at the place where you could make a feature film of the high quality that you did? Why do you think that happened to you?
Thank you for the kind words on the work.
It's true. It's amazing. I love your film.
When I started out and I said I want to do this film, I was an actress who had no short film on her show reel. I had nothing. And I came up and I said, I want to produce this. I wrote the script and I'm going to direct this. Can you give me your money? But I have nothing to prove except my commitment. I think it was my love for the story. It was the cause I was writing for, and it was commitment. It was basically saying to people...
You managed to convey to people the strength of your commitment.
I told them, this is what I'm going to do. I would love to have you on board as a partner. I can totally understand if this is too risky for you, but my train is riding out of the station. You can jump on it now or you can leave it, but I'm on my way. I'm moving.
Yeah.
So I was in motion. And I think maybe that had some kind of
impact on people.
Who
were your investors?
I was very lucky because I think, you know, I was given a lot of trust, and I never took that for granted. So I had tough times when I did this first film, really tough times in post-production, and I always came back to the thought that even if I felt like I couldn't go on, I couldn't let those people down who believed in me, and I think this gives everybody a lot of strength.
Of course.
So that taught me so much, and then I traveled the world with this film, and I saw places, and I met so many people I wouldn't have met without this film. That changed me as a human being tremendously. I mean, I went to places like Pakistan or to slums in Pakistan that just worlds I wouldn't have seen, and maybe I would never have
How did you get to all these places? Were you invited by festivals?
Yeah, the film travel. And Pakistan at that time was the country with most honor killings, so I thought it would be a good idea to show the film there. And communicate with people. And basically the same in Afghanistan. I mean, it's the first film really shot in Afghanistan. Maybe because I'm Austrian and because, you know, my mom comes from a Jewish family and my dad comes from a very, very old German family, I was able to tell a story or raise questions about a German fighting, dying soldier. Because German people are very, for obvious reason, and righteously so, are very, very traumatized by their army. But I always thought, if what's lost if you send your children to war? If you send your children to war as a society, they deserve respect, and they didn't get any respect, because in Germany people say, it's your mistake if you're a soldier and you go to war. And they were dissed, and their families were dissed, and people spit at people because their children served.
Oh,
and I thought,
as
much as we lost family members because of their Jewish background, and so maybe that's what made me feel free enough to raise the question: where are we on an arch of storytelling regarding those issues in Germany?
אתה תומר?
אני תומר.
Hi Tomar, I'm Feo.
Shalom.
Hi, shalom.
This is a place I spent many years from my life here around. My apartment is not so far.
Really?
What a place
Did you grow up here?
No.
No, I know where you go. Farididia.
Farididia.
I saw the beautiful film.
The Queen is now crowned. So I'm from an original small village really far away from here. But I found myself, and I met a group of transsexual Filipino. That I found them here in this area, a very underground party for the gay community. Filipino came all the way from Manila and found themselves working in Rabbanim, the rabbi, very orthodox. And it's a very interesting story, because...
What do you mean they're working with Orthodox rabbis?
They take care about them. They are working in Bnei Brak, which is a very, very tough Orthodox neighborhood.
He has Alzheimer's disease. He forget everything. He didn't forget his name, and he doesn't know me. 62, He's still young. The problem is he always runs. Sometimes he rides in the bus alone.
They're not here anymore, and that's the reason we are here now.
Okay.
To remind these people here that too easily are sent to jail.
And that's why you moved here.
No, I mean, this is as a backyard. This is a leftover of Israel and Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Basically, this is a place that no one wants to be here. But people are living here.
Israelis
that don't have enough money and they are living here. The people
most of them are illegally here?
That's a big question.
It's shady. It's a gray area.
It's really gray area, and it's really like there's no decision about it. And they are here. And also...
They're sort of brought here legally in order to do all kinds of menial jobs that Israelis will not do. But then their license or their term expires. And then what? Some of them go back, some of them don't. They stay. So we need the manpower, but we don't really want them to be here.
So being here with a Filipino that's not from Israel, create this movie, go all the way to Berlin. Berlin didn't let them to come in.
Your life.
Also, it's issue all over. Also, the Berlin, the German government didn't allow them to come. The Berlinale, of course, tried their best, and they really like them, and we have the vision to create amazing. That was crazy to realize.
You couldn't get them in.
You can travel tomorrow to Rome, you are here. And there's some people like us that don't have the basic ability to take a flight. So, welcome to another side of Israel and Tel Aviv.
Thank you for showing us.
Thank you for so far. Have a nice evening, and I hope it will be a different. Probably you go to this direction, so you will find.
We're now going to see a drag show, so it's very appropriate with fake dolls.
It's a good tool. Send them hello, and tell them not to forget to come here.
Bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hello. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to Evita. We have a special show for you, especially for you.
Okay, we can't wait to see it. Okay, great. I love your lipstick.
Oh, thank you.
Shalom.
This is the first time in my life I've ever made any place like this.
Good evening to our two special guests, Achinoam Nini and Feo Aladag. She's over there, but she's over here as well. Diva D is Achinoam Nini.
Oh my God.
Money, money, money makes the world go round, only money. Money makes me go round, makes you go round, makes us all go round. It's not love, not emotion, not devotion, just money. Not your mother, or your sister, or your girlfriend, or your brother, not anything but money. Money,
It's a song I recorded many years ago.
money, money, money. Money makes the world go round and round and round and round. We're living in a material world, and I'm a material guy. You know, living in a material world, and I'm a material.
Can we please welcome you, both of you, to the stage, please? Achinoam and Feo, come. So, Cookie, הכי את המצלמה בבקשה.
Oh my God.
Hi.
We're so small next to them.
בואו נעמוד ככה שיראו את ההבדלים.
עכשיו כמו גמדה.
Let's have a look for the see the blue camera.
Yeah.
Smile.
Okay, smile. Is that your boyfriend?
Okay. Let's go.
Can we get off stage now?
No.
Are you guys going to sing some more?
You're going to sing some.
I am?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why.
Do I have
we
to?
can. You don't have to, but you really want to.
I do?
I know. You SMS'd me.
Okay, you did?
You texted me, Fiona, I want to sing.
Okay, no, I can't sing.
No, just tell me.
I do the background vocals.
Come stand with us.
בעברית ובאנגלית.
מה שבא לך.
מה, ליווי? לא צריך. Smile without a reason why. Love as if you were a child. Smile no matter what they tell you. Don't listen to a word they say, 'cause life is beautiful that way.
וואו. זה כאילו, זה בלי להתערבב, בלי חיבור, בלי זה.
In the first part of the day when we were walking in the flea market, we encountered some people who screamed and yelled at me and called me a hater of Israel and a hater of my country. And I've been encountering a lot of that recently. I've really been having a hard time. And it's really nice to come to a place where I feel so much love. So thank you very much for that. לילה טוב.
אז כן, אנחנו באמת רוצות לומר תודה ענקית, באמת. לחברה ותיקה.
Thank you. I enjoyed every minute.
Thank
with
you so
You're amazing.
much. No,
we have to keep in touch because we have to do stuff.
Oh, we have to.
We have to do stuff, okay?
We'll do a film together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we say gute Nacht.
We say gute Nacht.
Meine liebe Freunde.
Gute Nacht, meine liebe Freundin.
Laila,
see you soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice meeting you.
Take care. Bye-bye.